Adversity is your starting line, not your finish line. Use setbacks as fuel. Discipline is born from choosing growth in moments of challenge. You want to know the truth about success, about building something real, whether it's your career, your body, your mindset, or your life. Here it is. Asterisk, asterisk, consistency is a muscle. Asterisk, asterisk, not talent, not luck, not bursts of inspiration. It's a muscle, and like any muscle, it doesn't grow unless you train it, unless you show up day after day, even when every part of you wants to stop. There were days I woke up and didn't even recognize the person I used to be. After losing both my legs, I could have chosen to sit in that darkness, to let my circumstances define me. But I made a decision. I decided that showing up for myself consistently was the only way forward. Not waiting until I felt ready, not waiting for motivation to magically arrive. No, I moved, I acted, I chose to keep going. And that's where it all began. Let me be real with you. Consistency isn't exciting. It's not flashy. It's the grind, the repetition, the quiet moments when no one is watching and no one is cheering. It's the days when your alarm goes off, your body aches, and your heart feels empty, and you still put your feet on the floor and say, asterisk, let's go, asterisk, that's power. That's what builds greatness. Think of the strongest people you admire. The best athletes, the best thinkers, the ones who rise above circumstances and push through the pain. They didn't wake up one day magically talented. They earned every ounce of who they are through effort, through commitment, through consistent, disciplined action. When it was raining, when it was hard, when it was inconvenient, they showed up. And you know what? So can you, because you don't need a perfect plan. You don't need to have it all figured out. You just need to start. Start where you are. Start with what you have, and then show up again, and again, and again, even when it's boring, even when it's messy. Even when progress feels invisible, your brain, your body, your habits, they're all waiting for you to take command. Every time you follow through on a promise to yourself, you strengthen that muscle. You train your identity. You tell yourself, asterisk, I am the kind of person who shows up, who finishes what I start, who grows stronger in the fire. Asterisk, and that belief, that's unstoppable. Consistency isn't about intensity, it's about integrity. It's about who you are when no one else is looking. It's the root of every transformation. It's the hidden engine that fuels every dream. You build it by doing small things over and over until they become part of you. Until your actions align with your values, until the person you become is no longer a stranger, but a reflection of your truest, most resilient self. So start building that muscle, not tomorrow, not someday. Now, dreams don't work unless you do. Consistency is the daily commitment to show up even when it's hard, even when it hurts. You know what people get wrong all the time. They think discipline is some kind of gift. Like you're either born with it or you're not. As if the people who show up every day, who keep pushing through pain, setbacks, boredom, they must have just been wired differently. No, let me crush that myth for you right now. Asterisk, asterisk, discipline is not a trait, it's a choice. Asterisk, asterisk, a deliberate, often uncomfortable, sometimes painful choice that you make, not once, but every single day. You don't wait to feel ready. You don't wait until the stars align. You don't wait until your emotions are perfectly balanced or you're in the mood. You make the choice to act because you've decided your goal matters more than your excuses. That's what discipline looks like in real life. It's not glamorous, it's not easy, but it's powerful. It's how legacies are built. It's how people climb from nothing to something, from struggle to strength. There were mornings I didn't want to face the mirror, when I was learning to walk again, falling, bruised, embarrassed, exhausted. I didn't feel like showing up, but I showed up. Because I wasn't waiting on motivation, I had made a decision. And that decision was to not quit on myself. That's what I'm asking you to do, to stop outsourcing your power to your feelings. To stop thinking that discipline is for those people. You are asterisk that asterisk person. You just haven't made the decision yet. Do you think every writer wants to write every day? Every athlete wants to train? Every student wants to study? No, but they do it because they've made a commitment. Discipline is doing it anyway. It's setting the alarm and not hitting snooze. It's walking past distractions like they're not even there because you've already told yourself, I'm not negotiating with my future. That is strength. That is ownership. You get to choose who you become, not with one big moment, but with tiny daily decisions that most people overlook. Discipline isn't some firework. It's a slow burn. It's boring, it's repetitive, but that's where the magic is. That's where transformation lives, and the best part. Every time you choose it, every time you override your comfort, you grow, you evolve. You start to believe in your own power, and that belief becomes a force no obstacle can touch. So when your mind tells you to quit, you talk back. You say, asterisk, not today. Today I show up. Today I keep the promise I made to myself. Today I build the life I said I wanted. Asterisk, and you do it. Not because it's easy, but because it's right, because the version of you that's waiting on the other side of this challenge, they are worth fighting for, they are worth choosing again and again and again. Visualize the impossible, then train for it like Amy Purdy visualized snowboarding again after losing her legs. We must discipline our minds to see the goal and train with consistency. Close your eyes for a second and imagine the wildest version of your life, the version where you're living fully. Moving powerfully, doing what lights you up. Now open your eyes, that version of you, that dream, it's possible. But here's the truth most people don't want to hear. Asterisk, asterisk, it's only possible if you train for it. Asterisk, asterisk, you don't get what you wish for, you get what you work for. You don't rise to the level of your dreams. You rise to the level of your habits, your consistency, your discipline. That's how it works. When I lost both my legs, I didn't stop dreaming. I dreamed bigger, louder. I saw myself snowboarding again, not because it was likely, but because I refused to let my limits become my identity. I visualized it every turn, every jump, every inch of freedom before I could even stand. But that wasn't enough. Visualization lit the spark, but discipline built the fire. I had to train like it was real, like it was possible, like the version of me I saw in my head already existed, and it was up to me to catch up to her. And that's what I want you to do. Visualize what you want with every fiber of your being. See it in detail, feel it, let it pulse through your veins like it's already yours, but then you've got to train. You've got to do the reps. You've got to wake up early, stay late, sacrifice comfort, and stop making excuses. Because dreams without discipline are just fantasies. But dreams with discipline, that's how you build a legacy. So many people stop at the visualizing part. They think dreaming big is enough. It's not. The dream is the blueprint, but the work, the grind, the sweat, the repetition, that's the construction. You have to build the body, build the mindset, build the habits that match the vision you see. You can't just say, asterisk, I want it, asterisk, and wait. You've got to show life you're serious. You've got to prove it in your actions. Training for the impossible means pushing when no one's watching. It means showing up when it doesn't look like it's working. It means taking one more step when your legs are screaming. It means being more committed to the process than the applause. Because let me tell you, results come asterisk after asterisk, the boring part. After the lonely part, after the hard part, that's when the breakthrough hits. Whatever it is you want to become the first in your family to graduate, to run your own business, to change your body, to heal, it starts with a vision and becomes real with work. Daily work, relentless, focused, disciplined work, and it never feels perfect. It never feels easy, but it always moves you forward, inch by inch, layer by layer, until one day the dream in your mind matches the reality in front of you. And you'll know deep in your soul that you didn't just wish for it, you asterisk trained asterisk for it. Emotion follows action. You won't always feel motivated, but showing up consistently builds momentum, confidence, and emotional resilience. Let's get something straight right now. You will not always feel like it. You will not always be inspired. You will not always wake up fired up and ready to chase greatness. That's not how this works. And if you're waiting for motivation to magically show up before you move, you're going to be stuck forever. Because asterisk asterisk emotion follows action asterisk asterisk, not the other way around. You act first, and then the energy, the focus, the fire that comes next. People say, I'm not motivated. Guess what? Neither am I sometimes. Motivation is a mood. It's weather. It changes with your sleep, your stress, your surroundings. You cannot afford to build your future on something that fragile. But what you can build on is action. You can build on the fact that, no matter how you feel, you can choose to move your body. Open the book, do the work, take the next step. You're not a slave to your feelings. You are the one in charge. There were mornings after my surgeries where my body felt like it had nothing left to give. There were days I didn't want to look at my prosthetics, let alone walk in them, but I didn't wait to feel ready. I started moving. I got up, I practiced, I trained, and you know what happened. The act of showing up pulled me out of that pit. The moment I moved, my mind started to follow. That's the truth, people. Misaction changes your state. It flips the switch. You want to feel confident. Do something that builds confidence. You want to feel strong. Show up and push through something difficult. That emotion you're craving, it's on the other side of action. It doesn't come from sitting still and wishing. It comes from effort, from engagement, from stepping into the arena before you feel like a warrior, because showing up makes you one. Do not wait for the perfect mood to begin. Begin, and you'll create the mood. You'll create momentum, and momentum is everything. It's a force. It's the fuel that makes discipline easier, progress visible, and passion real. But you don't get momentum from thinking about it. You get it from doing it, from making the move, even a small one, and then building on it. You don't need to overhaul your entire life in one day. Just do the next right thing. Send the email, take the walk, open the laptop, pick up the book, whatever it is, do it, because that action sends a message to your brain. Asterisk, I am in control, I'm not waiting anymore, I'm building. Asterisk, and that message is powerful. It changes your energy. It sharpens your focus. And slowly, your emotions catch up to your effort. This is how you break through. You move first. You shift the energy. And then, you become the kind of person who doesn't need to feel motivated, because you've built something stronger, a habit, a rhythm, a fire that burns regardless of the weather. Progress over perfection, discipline isn't about being perfect. It's about doing the best you can every single day. Listen closely, because this right here could change the way you move through life. Progress will always be more powerful than perfection. Stop waiting for perfect. Stop waiting until you feel 100% ready, fully prepared, totally confident, because that version of perfect you're waiting for, it's not real, it's a trap. It's the excuse that's keeping you stuck, keeping you silent, keeping you scared. You do not need to be perfect to make progress. You just need to begin. Perfection is a lie we tell ourselves when we're afraid. We say, I'll start the business when I know more, or I'll speak up when I'm better, or I'll go for it when everything feels right. But what if it never feels right? What if waiting for perfect means you miss the one shot you had to grow into something extraordinary? I'm telling you, progress is messy, it's uncomfortable, it's full of wrong turns and course corrections. And that's exactly how it's supposed to be. When I got back on a snowboard for the first time after losing both my legs, do you think I was perfect? No, I fell. I got frustrated. My body didn't move the way I remembered. But I kept going, I kept learning, I kept adapting, and each time I stood up again, I made progress. That's where growth happens, in the attempts, not the applause, in the sweat, not the spotlight, in the falling down and choosing to get up one more time. You need to let go of this idea that every step has to be flawless. What matters is that you take the step, that you move forward, that you put in the reps even when they're ugly, especially when they're ugly. Because those reps, they're shaping you, they're building strength, they're teaching you resilience. Perfection teaches you nothing, but progress builds character. I don't care if it takes you twice as long or if you fall 100 times, just don't stop. Don't quit because you didn't get it perfect. Celebrate that you're even in the game. Most people never even try. Most people talk about goals and wait for perfect conditions. But not you. You're different. You're moving. You're choosing progress, and that makes you powerful. Every single person you admire started imperfect. Every expert was once a beginner. Every master of their craft had messy first tries, awkward moments, embarrassing failures. What made them great wasn't their talent, it was their willingness to keep going. Even when it wasn't clean, even when it didn't look good. That's the truth no one talks about enough. That's the part that separates those who dream from those who do asterisk. So take the step, make the call, post the work, ask the question, write the page, run the mile, whatever it is, do it now. It might be clumsy, it might be rough, but it'll be real, and real progress is worth more than perfect hesitation. Because in the end, it's not perfection that gets you there, it's the courage to move, the grit to stumble, and the power to keep showing up until you grow into the person you were always meant to be. Your why must be bigger than your excuses' consistency sticks when your reason for pushing forward is stronger than your reason to quit. Let me tell you something that most people never realize until it's too late, asterisk. The results you want tomorrow are born in the choices you make today. Asterisk, not someday, not next week, not when life feels easier. It's happening now, right now. This moment is your opportunity to invest in your future, to build the foundation for the life you keep saying you want. Because every action you take, every decision you make, is either pulling you closer to your potential or pushing you further from it. There is no neutral. Every step matters. You've got dreams, good. You've got goals, great. But none of that means anything unless you're willing to take ownership of your time, your energy, your habits, and your focus today. Not when you feel like it, not when someone pushes you. You need to be the one who decides that your future is worth the effort. That the results you crave aren't just some fantasy floating in the distance, they are earned by what you do now, by the way you show up when no one is watching, when no one is clapping, when no one is holding your hand. You think I got to where I am by waiting for some perfect moment to begin? No. I started in pain. I started in fear. I started broken, uncertain, unsure, but I started. And then I kept showing up, even when it was hard. Even when it felt like nothing was working. Because I knew that every small decision, every extra rep, every early morning, every time I said no to distractions, it was an investment in the life I was building. And that's what you have to understand. Your discipline today is shaping your strength tomorrow. The choices you make when you're tired, when you're tempted to quit, when the world tells you to take it easy, those are the defining moments. Those are the lines in the sand between who you are and who you could be. So don't tell me you're too busy. Don't tell me you're waiting. Time isn't going to wait for you. Life isn't going to slow down so you can catch up. You've got to move now. You've got to treat each day like it matters, because it does. One skipped workout becomes 2. One missed opportunity becomes regret. One broken promise to yourself becomes a habit of quitting. But the opposite is also true. One push beyond comfort becomes progress. One act of self-respect becomes confidence. One promise kept becomes unstoppable momentum. You want to win next year. Start today. You want to change your life. Start with this hour, this choice, this action. This isn't about being perfect. This isn't about doing it all at once. It's about being honest with yourself and asking, did I move the needle today? Did I choose growth, or did I choose comfort? Because the results aren't waiting for the ideal version of you. They're waiting for the active version of you. The version who stops hoping and starts working. The version who turns discipline into a lifestyle, consistency into identity, and dreams into reality.